All right, welcome back to ABA exam review and the continuation of our RBT practice question series. We're going through another set of questions together and breaking them down. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Please like and subscribe. Check out btexamreview.com for all of our study materials, including our combo pack. When you pass your exam, let us know so we can include you in the Sunday shout out. Work hard, study hard. Let's get going. A functional behavior assessment indicates a client's behavior is not extreme, but there are some behaviors that prove to be a problem in social settings. The plan is to focus on behavior reduction with this client. What should not be used if the goal is strictly reduction? Let's think about what the question is asking. We're looking at our goal, and the goal is reduction. When we talk about reduction and behavior reduction, we're looking to decrease certain behaviors. Now, in most situations, if not all, if we're going to reduce a behavior, we're also going to want to teach a replacement. But that's not what our goal here is in this particular question. We're strictly focused on the reduction of behavior. So if our plan is to focus on the reduction of these problem behaviors in social settings, what should we not use? A, extinction. Can extinction be used to reduce problem behavior in social settings? It can. Extinction is a behavior reduction procedure. It's a core principle. Extinction would be something we could consider to reduce behavior. What about B, positive punishment? Of course, any type of punishment is going to be reduction because by definition, punishment reduces behavior. What about C, negative reinforcement? Now, why is C not a good answer? Well, because with negative reinforcement, we would be increasing behavior. By definition, reinforcement increases. So you can't use reinforcement to reduce behavior. And our goal is strictly behavior reduction. We need to avoid reinforcement. And then D, negative punishment. Again, absolutely, by definition, punishment is a reduction strategy. If we want to reduce a behavior, extinction could be an option. Punishment could be an option. Reinforcement is not going to be an option if we're strictly trying to reduce a target behavior. Bedtime is difficult for Amanda and leads to challenging behaviors. Amanda's ABA team decides to break down the bedtime routine into steps for Amanda, and then they create a visual chart of those steps. What has the team done so far? Kind of a tricky worded question, but not all that challenging. So let's think about what the question is asking. Don't jump to the answer choices. Think about what the question is asking. The question is asking about what has the team done so far? And relative to what we know Amanda has challenging behaviors at bedtime. And so the team breaks down the bedtime routine into steps. So just start there. When we break down complex behavior into steps, what are we doing? Or analyzing the task. We're doing a task analysis. They created a visual chart of those steps, which is going to help Amanda visualize the steps that need to be done. If we look at A, we have a task analysis, and then B, we have a task chain or task chaining. What's the difference? The key difference between a task analysis and a task chain is with the task analysis, that is the process of breaking the complex skill down into steps. The task chain is when we're actually teaching those steps. And we're not teaching yet, or the team isn't teaching yet. The team has simply taken that bedtime routine and analyzed the task, broken it down into steps for Amanda. What is a functional analysis? A functional analysis is when we are manipulating antecedents and consequences to try to identify the function of a client's behavior. Not what we're doing here. We're not talking about function in this particular case. And then D, a preference assessment. With a preference assessment, obviously, we're trying to figure out what does the client like, some potential reinforcers. We're not talking preference here. Preference assessment is not what we're looking for. What we're looking for is a task analysis. We're breaking down this bedtime routine into steps for Amanda, which then we might teach using a task chain. So understand the difference between a task analysis and a task chain. You need that analysis to get the steps for the chain. Claire is very attention seeking when she is picked up from school. Claire's mom tries to provide Claire attention every 30 seconds once in the car in an effort to reduce the attention seeking behavior. The attention provided is not contingent on anything. What strategy is most represented here? Now, it's a strategy question, and the Dead giveaway is the idea that attention is not contingent on anything. Now, what does that mean? What does it mean not contingent on anything? Well, typically, when we're delivering a consequence, we're going to look at the contingency. If something happens, then we will provide the consequence. If the consequence, in this case, attention, is not contingent, it just means no matter what, Claire is going to get attention every 30 seconds. And when we use a strategy where reinforcement, in this case, because Claire's behavior is attention seeking, and she's going to get attention every 30 seconds no matter what, when we use a strategy where we're delivering reinforcement non-contingently, what do we call that? A, B, and C are all differential reinforcement procedures. And with differential reinforcement, we are putting certain behaviors on extinction and reinforcing other behaviors. We're not doing that here. We're not talking extinction here. We are giving Claire attention. We're giving her the reinforcement she desires non-contingently. So simply put, we're using non-contingent reinforcement. And non-contingent reinforcement is just an antecedent strategy we use in an attempt typically to try to use it as a motivating operation where whatever consequence is desired, we decrease the value of the consequence. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, if Claire is seeking attention, we're going to beat her to the punch and give her attention every 30 seconds, no matter what, in the hopes that since we're providing the attention already, she's less likely to engage in attention-seeking behavior. So when you use non-contingent reinforcement, you're giving reinforcement on a schedule that isn't contingent on any sort of behavior. Taylor has trouble sitting still in his chair for extended periods of time. You, the technician, are told that you will be using a partial interval measurement strategy to track this behavior. If you will be measuring behavior for 10 minutes using 10-second intervals, when does the behavior need to occur to count? All right, straightforward discontinuous measurement strategy. What measurement are we using? We're using partial interval. And we have the sample and the interval times. Our sample is 10 minutes and our intervals are 10 seconds, meaning every 10 seconds, we're going to be recording some sort of behavior. Now, the question wants to know, when does the behavior need to occur to count if our intervals are at 10 seconds apiece? Well, with the partial interval, what are we looking for? We're looking for that behavior to occur at any point. And so if we look at A at any point during the 10 minutes, we're not worried about the big sample, which is 10 minutes. We're worried about those individual intervals, which are 10 seconds, because that's when our recording is going to take place. We're going to measure for 10 minutes and break that measurement down into 10-second intervals. And so what we're worried about is the behavior happening at any point during that 10-second interval. That's what we're concerned with partial interval recording. C, throughout the entire 10-second interval, will be much more related to whole interval measurement. That's the difference. With whole interval, the behavior has to happen the entire interval time. With partial interval, it has to happen at any point during our interval time. And so since we're using partial interval, if that behavior occurs at all in those 10-second intervals, it's going to count as a response. A parent asks you, the technician, if they can get you a gift card at Christmas, and if so, how much they can spend on the gift card. Which answer choice is most accurate in response to this question? This question is testing your knowledge on the current rules around gift giving. They were adjusted with the last ethical update, and they're more lenient. Before, it was a strict no tolerance policy for gifts. And it's a good change because that's just unrealistic when you work in a field like we do. So that's been changed. And what are the new rules? Well, to start, the gift needs to be $10 or less, and it needs to not occur on a routine basis. In other words, if the parents want to give you a gift card at Christmas and they want to know how much they can spend, what are you going to tell them based on our rules? A, I am unable to accept gifts from clients or stakeholders. You can say that, but it's not the most accurate response because you are allowed to accept gifts with limitations. B, the gift card can be in any amount, but I'm only allowed one gift per year. Those aren't true either. It can't be routine, but it has to be under $10. C, the gift card can be $10 or less, and this gift is okay since it is not routine. That is accurate. As long as that gift card is $10 or less, and it's only happening at Christmas, there's no issues here. And then D, I can accept a total of $100 in gifts throughout one calendar year. That is also not accurate. Not about the total amount. It's about how much each gift is. Gifts must be $10 or less, and they can't be routine. Therefore, C would be our most accurate statement. Gift card can be $10 or less, and this gift is okay since it is not routine. Thank you for watching. Check out btexamreview.com for all of our study materials. Be sure to subscribe for all of our weekly updates. When you pass your exam, let us know so we can include you in the Sunday shout out. Work hard, study hard. We'll see you soon.